In progress.
Good morning, everybody. I'd like to call the regular meeting of the Board of Retirement to order. The time, it's Wednesday, November 6th, and the time is 9:03 a.m. Our next order is the Pledge of Allegiance. And Wayne, can you please lead us? I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. Our next item is our procedures for our teleconference meeting. Oh, my apologies. Let's do the roll calls and the official staff announcements.
Thank you, Chair Kehoe. This meeting is being held virtually and in person, so I will do a roll call of the trustees to confirm attendance. Mr. Green, Mr. Razzo, Mr. Robbins, here. Mr. Rue, here. Mr. Harris, here. Ms. Gray, here. Ms. Ginsburg, Mr. Moore, here. Mr. Oakham, here. Mr. Sanchez, here. Chair Kehoe.
Present.
Staff participating in the meeting includes CEO Santos Kryman, Deputy CEO Louis Lugo, Assistant Executive Officers JJ Popowich and Laura Guglielmo, Deputy CIO Jude Perez, Chief Counsel Stephen Rice, Senior Staff Counsels Allison Barrett and Frank Boyd, Legislative Affairs Officer Barry Liu, LACERA's Medical Advisor Dr. Glenn Erisman. Staff and managers participating today include Carly Natoya, Kathy Delino, Semi Vong, Chat Arande, Ted Granger, Ricky Contreras, Cassandra Smith, Louis Gittins, Vincent Lim, Tamara Caldwell, and Tatiana Bayer. Trustees, please use the raise your hand Zoom option to be placed in the queue. At this time, we ask all meeting participants to mute their mics until you are ready to speak. And now we may proceed with the agenda.
Great, thank you. So our next item is our procedures for the teleconference meetings. Do we have any requests?
No requests.
Okay, moving on to the approval of the minutes of our regular meeting of October 2nd, 24. I'll need a motion.
I'll move.
Second. Moved and second. Let's please vote.
Mr. Robbins.
Minutes.
I wasn't here, so abstain.
Abstain.
Okay. Ms. Ginsburg. Yes. Mr. Rue.
Yes.
Mr. Moore.
Aye.
Ms. Gray.
Yes.
Mr. Sanchez.
Yes.
Mr. Oakham.
Aye.
Chair Kehoe.
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Great, thank you. Our next item is our public comment. The board did receive written comment from a member, so we had the opportunity to review that. Is there any request for the public to speak?
No.
Okay. Moving on to our executive update, and we'll go to our all-stars. JJ.
Good morning, Chair Kehoe and trustees. This is our all-star time. We recognize staff members who have gone above and beyond in helping deliver service to our members and to helping each other. And so as you can see on the screen, our all-stars for this month are Christian Perez, Linda Elfara, Dave Cho, and Seema Parween. And then our rideshare winner is Artessa Harris, and our web watcher is also Linda Elfara. So thank you very much for all your contributions. Appreciate that.
And we'll move on to our member spotlight.
Thank you very much. And so the member spotlight, this is where we recognize and celebrate member of the month. This is recognizing the hardworking county employees that serve our citizens in the county and celebrate their contributions to the community. So this month we're recognizing, forgive me, Garrett Chiarti. He is a captain for the LA Fire, or for the County Fire Department. Proudly serving for 32 years. And he's been almost all of that time, I believe, in Pomona, actively taking care of the citizens there. And he is proud to see his sons choose careers that are following in this path and serving the community as well. So we thank Mr. Chiarati for his service to us. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And
Okay.
Mr. Kehoe, if I may take a moment to recognize Michael Peterson. Thank you. It's with sad news that I share that we lost a member of our family a couple of days ago, Michael Peterson. He retired about a year ago. About a year ago. And he recently passed away. He was with us for 27 years and 3 months. Michael was a beloved figure at LACERA. He worked in Member Services Outreach Center, Member Service Center downstairs. Mike is often the one that would go out and counsel, Board of Supervisors. He would go out to many of the events that we do and our benefit tables, and just loved interacting with our members. And he served as a mentor and a friend to many of the staff members. So it's again with sad news that I share that he's no longer with us. He will be missed. And if would be okay with the board, can we adjourn in his honor today?
Absolutely, we will.
Thank you.
Good. Thank you, JJ. Okay, our next item is our Chief Executive Officer's report. Mr. Santos.
Yes, good morning, trustees, Chair Kehoe. Very short report. Wanted to let you all know that the Board of Supervisors did ratify the election, the LACERA election on October 8th. So Aline Langton will be joining the Board of Retirement beginning January 1st. She will be replacing, well, that's going to be difficult to do, Trustee Gray on the board. And so we welcome her. We'll welcome her with open arms and make sure that she's oriented properly and ready to go on day one. She has started her duties on the Board of Investments already. She had her first meeting last month. And so we're also in the process of orienting her as well and getting her up to speed. So we've had several meetings with her already. So looks like she's going to be a wonderful addition to the board dynamics, both on the Board of Retirement and Board of Investments. So we're also working on our management offsite. That's scheduled for the 19th of November, which is in a couple of weeks. We're very looking forward to that very much. And actually today, I get a sneak preview. I believe I'm getting a chance to take a look at all the presentations today. So as soon as this meeting is over, I'll be in a meeting that's going to last till the end of the day, looking at all the presentations. So we're looking forward to that, and we'll definitely report back what we find and how we're going to move forward with implementing all the goals and objectives that the Board of Retirement has laid out for us. Let me talk a little bit about retiree healthcare. On Wednesday of last week, I believe, I attended the Ops Cluster meeting to discuss the lifetime maximum benefit. It will be on the Board of Supervisors agenda on November 26th of 2024. We do not anticipate any issues with it. I made it very clear as part of my testimony that the trustees' goal is to eliminate the cap altogether, that the incremental approach is in deference to the board, to the county CEO's concern about additional costs and migration patterns, and that this will be a first step before we actually revisit the issue again next year. I did tell the board, the Ops Cluster board deputies, that we definitely will be back next year to try to eliminate it altogether based on the migration patterns that we're going to find over the next year. So I believe they were very receptive. They asked a lot of questions. They want to know the total impact on our members, how many individuals are actually impacted. So we'll be sending a letter to the Board of Supervisors, a support letter for that particular item just before the board meeting on November 26th. And it will outline our goals and objectives as well. So we talked a little bit about the Kaiser situation. So I'm happy to report that we haven't been seeing a lot of individuals that are calling the call center saying that they're not receiving the mental health benefits that they're seeking. And so that's the good news, but unfortunately the strike goes on. So that is the report. I'm willing to stand for questions.
Any questions for the CEO? Okay, hearing none, we'll go ahead and move on to our disability retirement applications on the consent calendar. Our first will be page 1 and 2, applications 490E through 512E. I'll make that motion. Been moved in second. Let's please vote.
Mr. Robbins.
Aye.
Ms. Ginsburg.
Yes.
Mr. Rue.
Yes.
Mr. Moore.
Yes.
Ms. Gray.
Yes.
Mr. Sanchez.
Yes.
Mr. Oakham.
Aye.
Chair Kehoe.
Excuse me.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Great, thank you. Our next item is fire and lifeguards, and that's going to be application 1882B through 1890B. Page 3. I'll make that motion as well.
I'll second.
No. Good. Sorry, I stole that from you. It's moved and seconded. Let's please vote.
Mr. Green.
Aye.
Mr. Robbins.
Yes.
Ms. Ginsburg.
Yes.
Mr. Rue.
Yes.
Mr. Moore.
Yes.
Ms. Gray.
Yes.
Mr. Sanchez.
Yes.
Mr. Oakham.
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Thank you. Okay, our next are the SCD general members. That's going to be page 5 and 6, application 2819C through 2838C. I'll need a motion.
So move.
Moved in second. Let's please vote.
Mr. Green.
Aye.
Mr. Robbins.
Aye.
Ms. Ginsburg.
Yes.
Mr. Rue.
Yes.
Mr. Moore.
Yes.
Ms. Gray.
Yes.
Mr. Sanchez.
Yes.
Mr. Oakham.
Aye.
Passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Thank you. And our last on our consent calendars are NSCDs. That's page 7, application 4507. I'll need a motion. Need a motion for 4507. I'll make it.
I'll second it.
Okay, moved and seconded. Let's please vote.
Mr. Green.
Aye.
Mr. Robbins.
Aye.
Ms. Ginsburg.
Yes.
Mr. Rue.
Yes.
Mr. Moore.
Yes.
Ms. Gray.
Yes.
Mr. Sanchez.
Yes.
Mr. Oakham.
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Great, thank you. That moves us to item 8, our consent items, A through F. I'll ask the trustees if there's any items that they'd like pulled for discussion. And hearing none, I'll take a motion for consent.
I'll second it.
I'll need a second.
I'll move this as Liz.
Okay, moved and seconded. Perfect. Let's please vote on the consent calendar.
Mr. Green.
Aye.
Mr. Robbins.
Aye.
Ms. Ginsburg.
Yes.
Mr. Rue.
Yes.
Mr. Moore.
Yes.
Ms. Gray.
Yes.
Mr. Sanchez.
Yes.
Mr. Oakham.
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Great, thank you. No items held from consent. Move on to item 10, our non-consent items. Item A, which is our retroactive approval of the Microsoft licensing expense for fiscal year 24-25. I'll ask the trustees if anybody wants a presentation on this. Hearing none, I'll be happy to take a motion.
I'll move it.
Second.
Well, I just have a quick question. This is just coming before us because it's retroactive. Is that the only reason why?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, it's moved and seconded. Let's please vote on the motion.
Mr. Green.
Aye.
Mr. Robbins.
Aye.
Ms. Ginsburg.
Yes.
Mr. Rue.
Yes.
Mr. Moore.
Yes.
Ms. Gray.
Yes.
Mr. Sanchez.
Yes.
Mr. Oakham.
Aye.
The motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Great, thank you. Item B is our voting direction for our SACRS 25 legislative platform. We have a memo dated October 29th, 24. The recommendation from staff is to vote yes on the omnibus bill. I'll go ahead and have you do a quick update on where we are with this.
Yes, thank you, Chair Keough. Thank you, Chair Keough and trustees. So at next week's SACRS conference, there will be an action item at the business meeting on the SACRS 2025 legislative platform. There are 2 items in this platform. The first, they're both technical items. The first one concerns how we determine final compensation for PEPR members. So the current law as written seems to have a gap in terms of dealing with members who don't have 3 consecutive years of final compensation, pension compensation. So what this does is it makes sure that we fill in the blanks for any absences, regardless of if you have 3 years of consecutive pension compensation, or if you don't have 3 years. So it just ensures that for those who do have more than 3 years of consecutive compensation, that we use the highest rates available if those occur during absences. And then the second item here is again a cleanup item from when PEPRA was first enacted in 2013. PEPRA says that you can't have enhancements to safety service credit. So what this does is it makes sure that if somebody goes into a safety plan, that they don't automatically have all of that service credit converted to safety. It would only apply on a going forward basis. So both of these are, again, technical cleanup items for these 2 issues.
Any questions for Barry?
Are we expecting any problems with this legislation once it working its way through the morass of Sacramento?
I don't believe so. Again, these are both technical cleanup items that should be non-controversial. Both of them were related to the enactment of PEPRA. So in the first couple of years after PEPRA, there's a whole slew of cleanup items. And so again, over time, as we deal with more and more scenarios, these things come up. So these are 2 items that we saw that definitely needed some more technical cleanup.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. The 3-year, quick question on that. It's I understand that the time frame is being filled in the gap, but it's still going to be realized earnings, right? It's not potential, but it's realized earnings for that period.
So there is, in terms of whether you're using actual earnings or the salary rate, so there's a difference in the different systems that are doing this. So this is sort of different from that issue. We're looking at that internally. I believe there will be an upcoming discussion on that. But this is sort of separate and apart from that, because you're just dealing with what is the rate that you should use to fill in those absences. So whether you want to use the salary rate or the actual earnings as we're currently doing, is sort of separate and apart from that, if that makes sense.
No, that's my question. So under PEPRA, it's realized earnings for that 3-year period. So say, for example, if someone's assigned an additional responsibility bonus, right? That's part of their general salary true base, right? Which would normally be analyzed under SERL for, say, a legacy member 1 year, despite whether they were absent on partial pay sick or, had approved without pay, for FMLA, for example. That legacy employee for that 1 year would get that true base as calculated, that highest true base. Under PEPRA, my understanding is it's realized earnings. So applying the same situation, like if someone was AWOP for FMLA, for example, or that's my question on this, filling in the blanks, using that to calculate realized earnings for the year, because my understanding of PEPRA law, it has to be what they actually have brought onto their check, not what potential earnings would be for like a salaried employee. So that's if you could expand on that, like how does this fit in that?
Yes. Okay. So let's say right now, this month, I'm going to be absent going forward, let's say indefinitely. So if you're to fill in the blanks going forward, whatever under the PEPRA scheme, whatever my current actual earnings are, that would be used to fill in the blanks. The problem with this is it's saying that you would only do that if I don't already have 3 consecutive years of compensation, which doesn't make sense, because
Right.
if this is going on a go forward basis, and so those 3 years could have occurred in the past and under a lower rate, but the current rate that I'm filling in blanks would be higher. So that's what I want to do. So this is what it's dealing with. But as far as whether to use the actual rate or the salary rate, again, that would depend on the interpretation of what my current item is. I would use to fill in the blanks.
Gotcha. So in essence, it could be a step in the right direction of, taking,
Absolutely.
limiting an employee off of realized earnings by doing this. What it looks like, we don't know exactly yet.
Right.
Okay.
Barry, you said this will be addressed at upcoming meeting. You mean at SACRS? SACRS is going to discuss it as an issue. Okay, any additional questions? Great, thank you. We'll need a motion on the item.
Move it.
Second.
Moved and seconded. Let's please vote.
Mr. Green,
All right.
Mr. Robbins,
Aye.
Ms. Ginsburg,
Yes.
Mr. Rue,
Yes.
Mr. Moore,
Yes.
Ms. Gray,
Yes.
Mr. Sanchez.
Yes.
Mr. Oakham. Oh, that's okay. And the motion passes unanimously by all trustees present.
Great, thank you. So this brings us to our reports. No reports are for discussion, so I'll ask if any trustees would like to discuss any of the reports. I hear none, so this brings us to items with staff review. I don't believe we had anything. Items for future agenda. This is your opportunity to ask for items to be agendized for future topics. I hear none. Go to the order. Bonnie, go ahead and take us around.
Mr. Green,
Yeah, just we got fire weather here. Everybody make sure that have a plan. This is going to be a doozy wind event. It's already had a start in Ventura County. So just be safe out there, and looking forward to the upcoming holiday season. So election, had the election, and LA County election too. So yeah. Yep. Yep. You guys just be safe. Yeah, glad to be here. Thank you.
Mr. Harris, Mr. Robbins, Mr. Rue,
Speechless.
Ms. Gray, Mr. Moore,
Struggle continues.
Mr. Sanchez.
I just want to congratulate Danny. Hank just got elected to West Hollywood City Council, right? One of the LACERA employees here. He ran a strong, smart campaign. West Hollywood Council races are competitive for many reasons. It's a complicated place. So congratulations to him. I'm seeing a lot of good results here on the local level. That's positive. Yeah, let's just get ready. Thank you, everybody, for work.
Good catch.
Ms. Ginsburg, Mr. Kryman,
I don't have anything to add.
Chair Kehoe.
And nothing. So we'll go ahead and move us along to, so we'll do that at the end of the meeting. So we'll move along to our disability retirement cases to be held in closed session.
This is the last time we're in session.
Oh, is it? I've been reminded this is our last time in open session since we're going into closed session. So we will definitely, as a board, and in fact, I'll bring us back in open session so that we can do that before we end our meeting.
And Mr. Chair, just for the board to know, so far